Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, very good morning. So, in the last class, we were starting the new chapter, current electricity. Did you remember? We are just giving some introduction about that chapter. Did you remember the current electricity? What do you mean by electric current? Gayatri, what do you mean by electric current? Yes, unmute and answer. Okay, Aditya, what do you mean by electric current?
Rate of flow of charges.
The rate of flow of charge is known as electric current. And what is the equation for calculating the electric current? Dia.
Q by T.
I is equal to Q by T. Okay, Naurin, what is SI unit of electric current?
Ampere.
Ampere. And what type of quantity is the electric current? Is it a scalar or vector quantity? Sania. Scalar quantity. And what is the direction of electric current? Aditya.
And positive to negative.
Positive to negative. The conventional direction of the electric current is from positive to negative. Okay, all right. Adil, what are the charge carriers present in solid conductors?
Electron.
Free electrons is act as a charge carriers in the case of solid. Okay, Vidur, what about liquid conductors? Vidur. Muhammad Adim, welcome to the class.
Free ions.
Free ions. Free ions are act as the charge carriers in the case of liquid. Okay. Then Nandana, what about the gaseous state?
They are bad conductors.
In the case of gaseous state, they are poor conductors of electricity because it neither contain the free electrons nor the free ions. But we can conduct the electricity through gaseous state. Under which condition? Punya?
Passage of radiations, application of external electric field.
Yes, whenever they are ionized with the help of some kind of radiations or passing kind of electricity, if they are ionized, we can pass the electricity under the gaseous state. Okay, these much points that we were discussed in the last class. And one more topic that we will discuss is electric current in the case of conductors. Electric current in conductors. We are starting with the same topic today. So before that, one more point I want to add to this properties of electric current. One device that we are used to measure the electric current. Can you recall the device? Which device that is used to measure the electric current? Achyut? Yes? We study about that device in the 10th standard. Anyone recall? The device that is...
Meter.
Yes, very good. Ammeter is a device that is used to measure the electric current. So this is also one more point you must add it along with the properties of electric current. The electric current can be measured with the help of a device known as ammeter, and the ammeter is always connected in series with a circuit. In a circuit we are connected, the ammeter is always in series connection. Okay. So today we can again start with the electric current in conductors. Electric current in conductors. So electric current in conductors, we need to discuss the two cases. The first case is the normal condition, that is when no potential difference is applied, and the second case is when potential difference is applied. These are the two cases we need to discuss in the case of electric current in conductors. Electric current in conductors. So under this topic we want to discuss two cases. One is the conductors with no potential difference or no electric field is applied, and in the second case the conductors when potential difference is applied. So in order to explain the first case, that is the normal condition, there is no application of electric field. In order to explain this, first of all we are consider a conductor with some electrons are present inside this conductor. Okay, some electrons are there, but if there is no electric field is present, what happens to the motion of the electrons? The electrons are in random motion inside the conductor. When there is no electric field is applied in a conductor, the electrons are in random motions within a conductor. During this random motion, they possess a velocity, and that velocity of the electron is termed as, can you recall the velocity of the electrons in the absence of electric field inside a conductor? Yes, it's right, Punya, say it louder. It is the
Thermal velocity.
It is known as the thermal velocity. So during the random motion inside a conductor, in the absence of electric field, these electrons are possess a velocity, and that velocity is known as thermal velocity. But since they are in random motion, their average velocity is cancels each other. So we can say the electric current inside the conductor is equal to 0. The average velocity is equal to 0 inside the conductor if there is no electric field is applied. Since they are in random motion, the average velocity, because one electrons are moving this direction, another electrons are moving downwards, another is upward. So there is a random motion is takes place in the case of a conductor if there is no electric field is applied. So their average velocities becomes equal to 0. So we can say the electric current inside the conductor is equal to 0. For example, suppose we know that the metals are act as a conductors. We know that some kind of electrons or charge carriers are present in the case of solid conductors. But students, suppose if this is a conductor, when I am touch this conductor, I didn't get the electric shock. Why? Because inside this conductor, the electrons are in random motion, so their average velocities are get cancels each other. So there is no electric current is present inside the conductor in the absence of an electric field. That is why when we are touching the metallic conductors, we didn't get the electric shock. Is it clear? Okay. So in the absence of electric field, there is no velocity, there is no current is passing through the conductors. Because the electrons are in random motion, their average velocities are get cancels each other. So now we can discuss about the second case. So in the second case, we want to discuss the electric conductor in the presence of electric field. In the presence of electric field or potential difference. In the presence of electric field. Okay. So in order to explain this condition or the second case, that is the electric current in conductors in the presence of electric field, here also we are consider a conductor, and inside the conductor some charge carriers are present. But in the second case, here we are applying an electric field, that is a positive and a negative terminal of a battery here. So due to this positive and negative polarity of the battery, one side of the conductor is acquires a positive charge and other side is acquires a negative charge. Okay. Then what happens? The electrons which is initially in the random motion, now due to the presence of this electric field, they are arranged in a way that the electrons are started to move from this side to, that is from negative side to positive side. Okay. So due to the presence of electric field, due to the polarity of this electric field, one side of the conductor is becomes positive and the other side is becomes negative. And the electrons which is initially in the random motions now arranged in such a way that they are started to move from negative side to the positive side. In physics or in this class, we are termed this or we are coined this term by the electrons are started to drift from negative side to positive side. So in the presence of an electric field, the electrons present in a conductor is started to drifted. It is drifted from negative terminal to positive terminal, or negative side to positive side of the conductor. So during this drifting, they are possess a velocity, and that velocity is known as drift velocity. That velocity is known as drift velocity. So the velocity possessed by the electrons in a conductors in the absence of electric field is known as thermal velocity. But in the second case, to the same conductor we are applying an electric field. At the same time, what happens? The electrons are started to drift from negative side to the positive side of the conductor, and during this drifting they possess a velocity, and that velocity is known as drift velocity. It is represented by the letter Vd. V and write D as a suffix, Vd. So these are the two cases that we are discussing in the case of electricity in conductors or electric current in conductors. The first case is a normal case, that is we are taking a conductors without the application of the electric field. What happens? The electrons are in random motion. During this random motion they possess a velocity. That velocity is the thermal velocity. Since they are in random motion, the average velocity is 0. So the electric current in this case is equal to 0 inside the conductor. But what happens when electric field is present? When electric field is present, due to the polarity of this negative and positive terminal of the battery, one side of the conductor is become positive and the other side is become negative, and the electrons which is initially in random motions now arranged in such a way that they are started to drift from negative side to positive side of this electric conductor. So what happens through this metallic conductor? So what happens? During this drifting they possess a velocity. So the velocity that is possessed by this electron during their drifting from negative to positive in the presence of an electric field is known as drift velocity, Vd. Okay. So actually they are acting just like, we can compare these two cases in the case of a classroom. First case, if there is no teacher is present in the class, the students are, we know that they are so much distracted. They are not in a disciplined manner, they are moving, running here and there and all. So whenever the teacher is enter into the classroom, that is in the second case, what happens? The students are becomes well disciplined. They are started to arrange in a particular way. That is what is we can see in these two cases. You can just compare in the case of a classroom. Okay. I hope this electric current in conductors are clear for you, right? Now, in the first case we are discussing a velocity. That velocity is the thermal velocity. It is in the absence of potential difference or electric field. In the second case we have another velocity. What is that velocity known as? Drift velocity. The drift velocity is represented by the letter Vd. Now we want to find an expression for this drift velocity. And what happens to the acceleration and velocity of this electron that is drifted from this negative to positive side. So now we want to find an expression for the acceleration and velocity of the electrons which is drifting from negative side to positive side. Okay. So we can derive an expression for the drift velocity and that of the acceleration. For that, in the second case again we are consider an conductor. Here we are applying an electric field. Then what happens? It becomes positive and becomes negative. The electrons are started to drift from negative side to the positive side. Okay. And whenever we are applying an electric field, what happens? This, due to the presence of this electric field, the electrons are gets a force. Due to the presence of this force, the electrons are started to drift from negative side to positive side. So when an electric field is applied, the force experienced by the charge carriers is given by F is equal to Q into E. Due to the presence of electric field, the force experienced by the charge carriers is given by F is equal to QE. Here F is the force experienced by the charge carrier Q, and E is the electric field. We know that the direction of the electric field is from positive to negative, and the direction of the electron is from negative to positive. Okay, so in this equation, F is the force experienced by the charge carrier, Q is the charge, and E is the electric field. Okay, so we can name this equation as 1. And students, what are the charge carriers present in this case? Who is acting as a charge carriers inside this metallic conductor? Yes, which particle is acting as a charge carrier here?
The electrons.
Yes, the electrons is acting as a charge carrier. So the force experienced by the charge carrier, we can change this Q by E, because instead of Q we can substitute small letter E. Here the charge carrier is nothing, it is our electrons, because when the electric field is applied, the electrons are drifted from negative to positive side. So instead of writing Q, we can write E, small letter E, and the capital letter for electric field E. But here the direction of the electric field is from positive to negative, and the direction of the electrons, that is from negative to positive. So they are just opposite to each other, so we can put a negative sign here, because the direction of the electric field and that of the direction of the charge carriers are just opposite to each other, so we can put a negative sign there. So F is equal to negative small e capital E. So here we are starting from the force experienced by the charge carriers in a conductor in the presence of electric field is given by F is equal to QE, where F is the force, Q is the charge, E is the electric field. And here the charge carrier is nothing, it is our electron. So we can replace the charge carrier Q by small letter E. So the equation become F is equal to EE. But since the electric field and that of the direction of the electrons are just opposite to each other, we put a negative sign. So that negative sign is indicate nothing, it is only shows the direction of that of the electric field and that of the electron, which is just opposite to each other. Okay, so we can put this as equation number 2. But according to Newton's law of motion, what is the equation for force? How we can calculate force? According to Newton's law of motion, what is the equation for calculating the force? F is equal to, what is the equation? Yes, very good. F is equal to ma. So this is our equation number 3. According to Newton's law of motion, the motion of a particle can be given by F is equal to ma. So now we can equate equation number 2 and 3, because the left side of the equations are same. So equating 2 and 3, we get ma is equal to minus E into capital E. Equating the equations 2 and 3, we get ma is equal to minus of small letter e into capital E. From this, we can calculate the acceleration of the electrons that is drifted from negative to positive, where m is the mass, a is the acceleration, E is the charge of the electron, and capital E is the electric field. So from this equation, how we can derive acceleration? A is equal to, what is the equation for A? Just to rearrange the equation and find an expression for the acceleration of the particle. A is equal to minus E capital E divided by m. So this is the acceleration of the electron that is drifted from negative to positive side. So here we are discussing about the electrons or the electric current in the conductors in the second case, that is if an electric field is applied to the conductor, what happens? The electrons are drifted from negative to positive side. During their drifting, they are possess a velocity in the presence of electric field. That velocity is known as drift velocity. It is represented by the letter Vd. Now we are finding an expression for the acceleration and the drift velocity of the electron which is drifted from negative to positive side. So for that we are starting from the force experienced by the charge carriers in the presence of electric field. It is given by F is equal to QE. Since here the charge particle is electron, instead of Q we are substituting the E because electron is acting as the charge carrier. So F is equal to E into capital E. And here the negative sign is due to the presence of the electric field and the direction of the electrons are just opposite to each other. So we have F is equal to minus of EE. But according to the Newton's law of motion, we know that F is equal to ma. Then by equating these two equations, we get an expression for acceleration of the electron from negative to positive. It is given by minus of E capital E divided by m. Is it clear? Okay. Now we can find an expression for drift. S.
Can you say the first sentence again? Like due to presence of electric field.
Okay. The force experienced by the charge carriers. The force experienced by the charge carriers due to the presence of electric field. The force experienced by the charge carrier due to the presence of electric field is given by F is equal to QE. Clear? Okay. So now actually we want to find an expression for the drift velocity. The drift velocity. So for that we can recall the equations of motion. The first equation of motion. So you can give a subheading expression for drift velocity. Expression for drift velocity. Drift velocity, it is represented by Vd. Expression for drift velocity. So in order to derive the expression for drift velocity, first of all we are consider the equation of motion. The first equation of motion. Did you know, can you recall the first equation of motion? According to the first equation of motion, the velocity time relation, that is V is equal to U plus AT. Did you remember this equation of motion? This is our first law of motion. We have three equations of motion. First one is V is equal to U plus AT, and the second equation, the displacement time relation, S is equal to UT plus half AT square, and the third relation, that is velocity displacement relation, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. But here we are using the first equation of motion, that is V is equal to U plus AT. So in order to derive the expression for drift velocity, we are starting from the first law of motion, V is equal to U plus AT, and here this V is represents the final velocity and small letter U represents initial velocity, A represents acceleration, and what is T? T is the time. Okay, T is the time. So V final velocity, U initial velocity, A is the acceleration, and small letter T is represents the time. Okay. Now what is the initial velocity here? Initial velocity means the velocity at the beginning, that is in the absence of electric field. What is the velocity inside a conductor? What is the velocity inside a conductor in the absence of electric field? Yes? The first case, what happens to the velocity of the electrons in the absence of electric field inside a conductor? What is the value of velocity?
0.
It is 0. That is our normal case. Even in the absence of electric field, since the electrons are in random motion, the average velocity of the electron is equal to 0. So here we can say the initial velocity U is equal to 0. In the absence of electric field, since the electrons are in the random motion, the initial velocity possessed by the electron is equal to 0. So this equation is become V is equal to 0 plus AT. Or we can write V is equal to AT. Here it becomes V is equal to 0 plus AT, or we can write V is equal to AT because the initial velocity term is cancels. In the absence of electric field, the average velocity possessed by the electron is equal to 0. So there is no initial velocity here. And here we have acceleration and time. So we can write V is equal to, what is the expression for acceleration? What is the expression for acceleration that we were discussed now? What is the value of A? A is equal to S. Emmanuel. What is the expression for acceleration that we were derived now itself?
Minus E.
A is equal to minus E
Capital E by M. L2.
capital E divided by M, and here we have another term T. So V is equal to minus E capital E by M into T. Okay. So the expression for velocity becomes V is equal to minus small e capital E divided by M into T. And here V is the velocity, that is the final velocity, and E is the charge of the electron, capital E is the electric field, small letter m is the mass of the electron, and T is the time. Here, instead of using the time T, we are introducing a new term, that is what is known as relaxation time. It is the time itself. So instead of writing T, instead of small letter T, here we are using relaxation time. I will explain what you mean by relaxation time and all. So write this sentence, instead of T, here we consider the relaxation time, and it is represented by a letter tau. It is represented by a letter tau. So instead of T, here we consider the relaxation time tau. So our equation becomes V is equal to minus E capital E divided by M into tau. So instead of writing the normal time T, here we are using relaxation time, and that relaxation time is represented by the letter tau, and the expression for velocity becomes V is equal to minus E capital E divided by M into tau, and this is the expression for drift velocity. This velocity, this final velocity is nothing. It is our drift velocity possessed by the electrons in order to drift from negative side to positive side. So this is the expression for drift velocity Vd. Okay. So in order to derive the expression for drift velocity, we are starting from the first law of equation of motion, that is V is equal to U plus AT, where V is the final velocity, U is the initial velocity, A is the acceleration, and T is the time. Here the initial velocity is U equal to 0. That is, in the normal case, if there is no electric field is applied, the electrons are in random motion. So the average velocity possessed by the electrons in a conductor in the absence of electric field is equal to 0. So we can write V is equal to 0 plus AT. Then we are substituting the value for acceleration, that is minus E capital E by M into T. And here instead of this time, normal time T, we are introducing a new term, that is the relaxation time. It is represented by the letter tau. So we get an expression for drift velocity. It is given by Vd is equal to minus small e capital E by M into tau. Okay. So here we introduces the two new terms. One is the drift velocity and the other is the relaxation time. And I hope that the drift velocity is clear for now. Is it clear for you? The drift velocity, it is the velocity that is possessed by the electrons in the presence of an electric field when it is drifted from negative to positive side is known as drift velocity, and we have an expression for calculating the drift velocity that is given by minus E capital E divided by m into tau. This is the expression for calculating the drift velocity. Now we have another new term, that is relaxation time. So we can discuss what do you mean by relaxation time. Relaxation time, it is represented by the letter tau. So we can discuss what you mean by relaxation time tau. So students, here we are saying that inside the conductors the electrons are present here, and when the electric field is applied, this charge carrier, here the charge carrier is electron, the electron is get a force, it is experiences a force. So what happens, suppose you imagine that the electrons are arranged just like this manner inside a conductor in the presence of an electric field. So when we are present or when we are applying an electric field, the first set of electrons are get some kind of force. Then what happens, they started to collide with the neighboring set of electrons. Okay, the first set of electrons are get a force due to the presence of electric field. So these electrons are collide with the neighboring set of electron. Then what happens to this neighboring set of electron? They experiences a force. They started to collide with the next neighboring electrons, and this process is continuous inside a conductor. So the relaxation time is nothing. It is the time interval between the two successive collision. It is the time interval between the two successive collisions are known as relaxation time. So the relaxation time is defined as the time interval. It is the time interval between, it is the time interval between two successive collisions. Two successive collision of electrons inside the conductor in the presence of electric field, and the relaxation time is represented by the letter tau. Is it clear? So this is what is about the expression for drift velocity and the relaxation time. It's a new term for you. The relaxation time is represented by tau. Relaxation time is nothing. Whenever the electric field is applied, the first set of electrons that is present in the conductor is experiences a force, and they are started to collide with the neighboring set of electrons, and this process is continuous. So the time interval between the two successive collision is known as the relaxation time, and it is represented by the letter tau. Okay. Now we can study. Is it clear for you up to this topic? Okay. Lydia,
Yes, ma'am.
what do you mean by drift velocity? Yes.
Velocity processed by the electrons that deflect towards the positive side.
In the presence of what? It is the velocity possessed by the electrons when it is drifted from negative to positive side in the presence of electric field is known as drift velocity. Okay, Srihari, what is the equation for calculating the drift velocity?
minus E capital E tau by m.
Minus E capital E tau by m. Okay, Nia, can you differentiate each term in that equation? What is small letter E represents?
Charge of electron.
Capital E,
Electric field.
M,
Mass.
And what is tau? Yes, what is tau represents?
Relaxation.
Okay, very good. Relaxation time. Krishna Chandran, what do you mean by relaxation time then? Krishna? Okay, Rijas, what do you mean by relaxation time? Rijas? Okay, Naurin, relaxation time.
It's the time interval between two successive collisions.
Represented by which letter? Tau. All right. The next one, Michael. What do you mean by thermal velocity? Thermal velocity. Vidur, thermal velocity.
Velocity possessed by an electron under normal condition.
Okay, it is the velocity possessed by the electrons under normal condition, that is no electric field is applied. Okay, all right. The next one, who is next? Gauri, expression for acceleration of the electrons present in a conductor in the presence of electric field.
A is equal to negative E into capital E by M.
Okay, acceleration A is equal to negative small letter e capital E divided by M. Okay, can we move to the next topic? Is it clear? Is there any doubt? You can ask and clear now itself. Can we move to the next topic? All right. So the next topic is mobility. The next topic is mobility. So, what do you mean by mobility? Have you heard about this term mobility before? Mobility means it is the drift velocity acquired by the charge carriers. We know that in the second condition we have a metallic conductor, an electric field is applied to it. What happens? The charge carriers are drifted from negative to positive side. That is what happens in the second case. So, it is the drift velocity that is acquired by the charge carrier in the presence of an electric field is known as mobility. So, what is meant by mobility? Mobility is represented by a letter mu. Okay, it is represented by mu. These kinds of sounds you can hear in physics class. Mu, nu and all. Here it is mu. Okay, mobility. It is the drift velocity that is acquired by the charge carriers. It is the drift velocity acquired by the charge carriers in the presence of an electric field is known as mobility. It is represented by the letter mu. Or we can define the mobility. This is the equation for calculating the mobility, or the definition for the mobility is, it is the ratio of, mobility is the ratio of magnitude of drift velocity to that of the electric field. So in this slide you can see the definition of mobility. It is defined as the magnitude of the drift velocity per unit electric field. This is the equation for calculating the mobility. Mu is equal to modulus of Vd divided by E. That is the magnitude of drift velocity divided by the electric field E. So, mobility means it is the drift velocity acquired by the charge carrier in the presence of electric field, or it is the magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field. Then what is the equation for drift velocity? Vd, small letter e, capital E, tau divided by m divided by E here. So the equation becomes mu is equal to small e capital E tau divided by m capital E. This E and this E cancel, so we can write mu is equal to E tau by m. So the mobility is given by mu is equal to E tau divided by m. Here we don't need to add the negative sign because the mobility is the magnitude of drift velocity. So the magnitude drift velocity is actually Vd is equal to minus E capital E tau by m. But here we are taking the magnitude, so the magnitude of Vd becomes positive E capital E tau by m. When we substitute these values, we get the expression for mobility mu is equal to E tau by m. Mu is equal to E tau by m. And the SI unit of mobility is meter square per volt per second. Meter square per volt per second. And the mobility of the free electron is independent of the electric field and the dimension of the conductor, because the capital E term is cancels. So we can say the mobility of the free electron is independent of the electric field capital E. This not depends upon the electric field E and the dimension of the conductor. So the mobility can be defined as it is the drift velocity acquired by the charge carrier in the presence of electric field, or you can define it is defined as the magnitude of the drift velocity per unit electric field can be calculated by the equation mu is equal to magnitude of Vd by E, and that is equal to E tau by m. So mu is equal to E tau divided by m. So we get a relation between drift velocity and that of the mobility. That is mu is equal to Vd by E, or we can write Vd is equal to mu E. This is the relation between drift velocity and that of the mobility. And mobility is independent of the electric field. Okay, then Aditya, what do you mean by mobility?
Ma'am, it is the magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field.
Yes, it is the magnitude of drift velocity per unit electric field. Anna, what is the equation for calculating the mobility?
Mu equal to E tau by m.
Mu is equal to
Tau by m.
okay, E tau by m. All right. So is it is clear? We can discuss the next topic on next period. So I hope these topics are clear. So we can wind up this session. Thank you all. Bye and have a nice day.